All right, we're gonna start off. We're gonna start off with a prayer. Like I said, this is Tuesday. I said Thursday. I apologize. This is Tuesday. Evening Bible study. Starting off, running. So we'll start off with prayer. Lord, I thank you for waking me up this morning on this Tuesday. I thank you for your unconditional love, your blessing, your mercy, your grace. Thank you for dying on the cross, Lord. I want to pray for everyone in the whole wide world. I pray for their spirit, soul, mind, and body. Lord, if they don't know you, send somebody across to tell them about you. The correct word, Lord, your word. And if they do know you, Lord, give them hunger and thirst to want to know you more and more, because it be witness unto other people. In the name of Jesus, amen. All right, y'all. Tuesday. And y'all know on Tuesday we do food and fellowship, so we got some stuff cooking similar right now and everything. So, with that being said, our topic is, and I apologize because you know what, I didn't even put the topic out there, and I usually text it out, so I do apologize. The topic is from blind eyes to open eyes. Sometimes our eyes have to be blinded in order for us to truly see God and that God loves us. Because, you know, we could be going through life and thinking we're doing this, and this is right, this is what God wants me to do, and I know this and I know that, and, you know, we seeing stuff, but we really, sometimes our eyes have to be blinded for us to find out how much He truly loves us. So with that being said, we're going to go to Acts chapter 9, verse, we're going to go from chapter 9, verse 1 through 20. I'm doing the King James, and y'all know I like my hardback, right? Y'all like my hardback. Some of y'all might be on a tablet or your phone, but either way, don't you know, get the word. Like I said, I'm reading from the King James Version. All right. So let's get started. And like I said, that's going to be verse 1 through 20. Yes, I'm going to read verse 1 through 20. And Saul yet breathed. And I wrote this back in January, February 2012. It was in our magazine. And so we're talking about, six and a half years ago. So that's Acts chapter 9, verse 1 through 20. And Saul, yet breathing out, threatened and slaughtered against the disciples of the Lord, went unto the high priest and desired of him letters to Damascus, to the synagogues, that if he found any of this way, whether they were men or women, he might bring them bound unto Jerusalem. And as he journeyed, he came near Damascus, and suddenly there shined round about him a light from heaven. And he fell to the earth, and heard a voice saying unto him, Saul, Saul, why persecutest thou me? And he said, Who art thou, Lord? And the Lord said, I am Jesus, whom thou persecutest. It is hard for thee to kick against the pricks. And he, trembling and astonished, said, Lord, what wilt thou have me to do? And the Lord said unto him, Arise and go into the city, and it shall be told thee what thou must do. And the men which journeyed with him stood speechless, hearing a voice, but seeing no man. And Saul arose from the earth, and when his eyes were opened, he saw no man, but they led him by the hand and brought him into Damascus. And he was 3 days without sight, and neither did he eat nor drink. And there was a certain disciple at Damascus named Ananias. And to him said the Lord in a vision, Ananias. And he said, Behold, I am here, Lord. And the Lord said unto him, Arise, go into the street which is called Straight, and inquire in the house of Judas for one called Saul of Tarsus. For behold, he prayeth, and hath seen in a vision a man named Ananias coming in and putting his hands on him, that he might receive his sight. Then Ananias answered, Lord, I have heard by many of this man, how much evil he hath done to thy saints at Jerusalem. And here he hath authority from the chief priests to bind all that call on thy name. But the Lord said unto him, Go thy way, for he is a chosen vessel unto me, to bear my name before the Gentiles and kings and the children of Israel. For I will show him how great things he must suffer for my name's sake. And Ananias went his way and entered into the house, and putting his hands on him, said, Brother Saul, the Lord, even Jesus, that appeared unto me in the way as thou camest, has sent me, that thou mightest receive thy sight and be filled with the Holy Ghost. And immediately there fell from his eyes, as it had been scales, and received sight forthwith, and arose, and was baptized. And when he had received meat, he was strengthened. Then was Saul certain days with the disciples which were at Damascus. And straightway he preached Christ in the synagogues, that he is the Son of God. So like I said, the topic is from blind eyes to open eyes. And we see here Saul, where he thought he was doing right by he got letters from the high priest, and he's going through, to Damascus. So anybody that he saw that was a Christian or followed Jesus, he was going to bring them back and put him in prison. So a lot of times, like I said, sometimes our eyes have to be blinded for us to truly see how God loves us. Because we can be thinking we're doing one thing for God, and we're all off path, all out of line, off path. And sometimes we have to blind our eyes and to talk to us, for us to truly see that that he loves us, and to show us sometimes the way that we need to go. So we're going to go to, I'm going to ask the question. Have you ever started a new job and you were trained a particular way to do the job? Then later you find out that not only is that not the effective or efficient way, it is wrong. What happened? At first your eyes was kind of blinded because they was training you another way. But then your eyes opened and you were able to see, not only look at the job different, but see it more colorful and a more clear path. I had a situation when I was stationed at Fort Belvoir, and the sergeant that trained me wrong. He had me looking all messed up. I'm for real. Toe up, as we would say. Yeah, and trained me wrong how to do the job and everything. So what I decided to do, so I just got to the unit. Probably was there maybe 60 days, maybe 60 days. I reached out to some military personnel people I went to school with. They were in different units in different parts of the United States, and just got their input on different parts of our job skills, what we're doing, and was asking them what they were doing and how they were trained. So they started giving me information and everything on how they were trained, and I was like, okay, that's not what I'm doing. They said, well, yeah, she trained you wrong. So she kind of like almost less blinded me to do the work right, and that's why I kept coming up. I'm like, man, I'm looking, kind of looking like I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going this way, thinking I'm doing this right, but I'm not I'm doing it right. So once I start getting information from them, so of course I start doing the main thing I know when I'm in the military, hit the regulations, right? So I start hitting the regulations. And then as I start, okay, then that's not the way it's supposed to be doing. Then as I start doing it the right way, like I said, my eyes were open. Not only were all open to doing the work the right way, they were also open into seeing that person for what that person was, for what they were. So you could be going along, like you said, it could be a job, it could be a relationship, it could be, and that's relationship. If everybody thinking, it could be a relationship with mother, sister, brother, father, different opposite sex. It could be with children. It could be a lot of things that you see in one thing, and sometimes you guys gotta be blind, and then open. Then when they really open, then you say, okay, I can see that more clear. Definitely more clear. And I think about Saul as he was going along. So all this stuff he was taught growing up this way, and then as you go along the road of Damascus. So put yourself in his shoes as we walking along this road. It could be any road you on, any road. It could be any road you're on. And I think I'm walking this path right, and I'm walking down it. And let's put it to you like this. And some of us, say if I'm walking down this path and I feel like, okay, that's wrong. And we always opening our mouth about that's wrong. And sometimes, not just our eyes have to be blind, sometimes our mouth has to be shut for us to learn that it might not be as wrong as you think it is until you really know what it is that you're supposed to know. So sometimes you might have to, you're not going to say your eyes blind or your mouth shut, so you can learn how to listen before you go speak. So think about Saul, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. This one I'm going to do. If I get him, I'm going to take him and drag him into prison and everything. And the Lord had to stop him and talk to him and everything. And then, so he was there 3 days with no sight, no meat, nothing to eat or anything. And only the Lord saw a vision of Ananias coming in to pray for him. So don't you think that's interesting? The one, one of the people that he probably would have took to prison is who the Lord used to come and minister to him and pray for him, so his eyes can be open. And it's interesting because Ananias was like, Lord, that's the one that's taking everybody to prison, but he still did what the Lord told him to do. And we could be in that situation where somebody can be mean to us or being just outright crazy. I'm just, let's keep it real. And but that might be the person that the Lord sent you to talk to and pray for, and definitely you might be like, Lord, that person done said this and said that and said this. I mean, let's keep it real, and said that, done did this, done did that. And he might still say, yeah, but nevertheless, I need you to go and talk to me. You need you to go talk to me. Because, you have some people thinking they're doing right. I'm saying this and I'm saying that. And I'm going to say this because I had this conversation with somebody yesterday about, definitely they was talking about people in the church and everything, about how, they act like this and they act like that. They always pointing the finger at other people and stuff like that. And I had to explain to people, I said, all kinds of people go to church. All kinds of people go to church. And being from down south, I was born in California, so I say west and south, coming from down south. That's a tradition. Sunday you go to church. I mean, it just is what it is. You can be doing all kinds of stuff on Saturday and keep Friday, Saturday, whatever, but you're going to get up on Sunday, you go to church. So I had to get them to understand that, some of that stuff, don't be trying to take it so personal. Just because a person in church don't make them a true Christian. Or they know the right path to go. They might think they know the right, just like Saul, but that don't mean they go on the right path, and they might be saying, well, you this and you that, pointing, instead of loving and learning God, learning who Jesus is, then that way they can, that, like I said, the eyes be blind. And we done been around a lot of people that go there at church all the time, got the big old hat on at church, and as soon as the doors open, know all the scriptures and everything, and doing all kinds of statements, yet they pointing at different people, well, you shouldn't be doing this, or you shouldn't be doing that. And that's just the truth. And they'll say this and say that about the person. And you run some people off there, run a lot of people off from church and everything. But like I was telling my friend yesterday, I said, overlook that, because a lot of times people at church for sure, they don't know. There's a lot of people in church and don't actually know the word, but they definitely can point at you and say, you're wrong, like Saul did. And it's going to take the Lord coming to them and probably getting their eyes blinded or whoever. And then you might have to be that person that go and talk to that same person that was pointing a finger at you or saying this about you or saying that about y'all. And when if the Lord do put that on your heart, make sure you pray about it. Pray, the Lord give you some strength and everything, and you don't have that attitude that they have. So make sure you still, when the Lord said you pray for somebody that's really been mean to you, because like I said, their eyes can be blinded, and they thinking they know one thing and actually don't know that thing. But then you might have to go and pray for them and talk to them, and you go in love, don't go mad or with an attitude or anything like that, but sometimes they've been taught one way and thinking that's the right way, and they don't know. And I'm glad bringing that up, because there are different denominations, and I've heard a lot of different things from a lot of denominations, and you've had some people in denominations get mad at this denomination. That's not the way we do it at that denomination, but the ultimate goal is to get to heaven and to do what Jesus want us to do when he was on earth. So if the different denominations could come together and just remember that one goal, then there won't be a lot of well, you better do it this way because that's the way we do it at our church, or you have to do it that way because that's the way we do it at our church. And then you'll be I would say shunning a lot of people away from, you're really supposed to be be in love. So and I think that's what's with Ananias felt about Saul, like, Lord, this is the man that's been doing all kinds of stuff to Christians and stuff, but like I said, nevertheless, he did what the Lord told him to do. So if you find yourself in that situation where you're being accused of something because you go to a different type of church, or even you the accuser, you know, think about it, you know, first before you start saying this and that, and go to God. You know, because like I said, the ultimate goal is for us to love like Jesus did. Regardless of what denomination you grew up in, or where you're in, or where you are going to church at, or where you know, going to church, because there's a lot of different, and that stops a lot of people coming together because they're like, I'm not going over there because they're from that denomination, or they're from that denomination. And when you start talking like that, your eyes are already blinded. Your eyes are blinded because you're not seeing the love of Jesus. You're not seeing the love of Jesus. All you see is that, okay, he go to such and such Methodist, or he go to such and such Baptist, or he go to AME, or he's go to Kojic, Church of God in Christ, or Church of Christ, or he's non-denominational, or he goes to this small church, or he goes to that big church, or that's his pastor over there, or that's her pastor. Just all kind of this, that, and that. And nobody, you know, the ultimate goal is to love like Jesus loved. So don't get caught up in that when your eyes are so blinded that you can't see his love, you can't see Jesus. Because you know, I'm on this path, I'm doing this the way. This is the way Lord wants me to do it, and I'm going to do it like this, and you know, it has to be done like this, and it has to be done like that, and you're shunning people if they are not like you. So you got to be, just be careful and be mindful of that. Definitely be mindful of that. So, let's go to 1 John chapter 2, 9 through 11. I said, if you have any questions, always, you know, you can shoot me a question and we can discuss it. 1 John chapter 2, verse 9 through 11. He that said he is the light and hated his brother is in darkness even until now. He that loveth his brother abideth in the light, and there is none occasion of stumbling in him. But he that hated his brother is in darkness, and walking in darkness, and knowing not whither he goeth, because that darkness has blinded his eyes. Yeah, right? So, interesting, right? So, if you love your brother, sister, you in the light. If you hated your brother, sister, you're in the darkness. And I know a lot of people like, well, you know, you just don't know what I've been through. We all have been through a lot of things. We all have been slighted some kind of way. As long as you live, you might be slighted some more by people you think will slight you, but you still going to have to show them that Jesus loves. Because if not, you're going to be so mad at them that your eyes will be blinded, so you can't see the love that Jesus has for you, or even for them. So, you know, you gotta love them. Not to love them from afar, but you still, you know, you gotta love them as you work on yourself and you know, forgiving them for what they do. Because, you know, I hear a lot of people talking about, I'm not gonna never forgive. And I know this young lady, it wasn't last year. I was at the had my kiosk at Fort Hood, PX. And I met her, she went up one of the stores, and it was so interesting because she kept coming by my kiosk, we were talking stuff, she bought some stuff, you know, I bought some stuff at the store, she would just come over, just have a conversation, kept coming over. And then she started telling me her story about some things she'd been through growing up, being adopted and everything, and how it came about was she was talking about, I don't believe in God no more. So, you know, of course, my antennas went up. You know, I'm like, okay, what's happening? You know, what's going on? So, then she started telling me about how she was adopted. And the parents that adopted her, she said, they stayed in the church. They went to church all the time. She said, but they beat us. And there was a lot of adopted kids. And they had some of the kids at home, but they had a lot of adopted kids. And she said they would keep us locked up and barely feed us, but took us to church all the time, she said. And then really, and she says, I got grown, I just really stumbled my faith in God. She says, I just don't believe it. And she started, I forgot what she said she was believing now, but I know it wasn't God. She was practicing some other type of religion, honestly. And her eyes were so blinded because of the hate that she had towards those adopted parents. And I was talking to her, I said, look, I said, what they did was wrong. I said, I'm not going to deny that. I said, but for you to move forward, you gotta forgive them. You gotta, please, you gotta forgive them. And she's like, I'm not forgiving them. I will never forgive them. And I told her, I said, you know, when you have a lot of unforgiveness in you, it internalizes in your body, and that's where a lot of sicknesses come from, and because that's a lot of stress on your body. You are stressing your body out because of the hate you have towards them or the unforgiveness. And I told her, I said, you know, you have to be able to open your eyes and see, just, you know, were they wrong? Yes. You're going to let God handle that situation. But don't be, you know, open your eyes and love them. Might not deal with them no more because, you know, we owe no man nothing but to love him. And that's in the word. So I said, but for you personally, you got to take those blinders or I call them the hate blinders off. And love that those adopted parents. And I know they hurt you. Because you can imagine that here these people adopt me. First of all, I'm already dealing with I'm adopted. First of all. Then adopted parents that adopt me treated me just as bad as my parents not wanting me. So that's a lot of animosity that's built up inside a person. And like I said, she said I just hate her. She had a lot of hatred. So, you know, you have those, again, those hate blindness on. So, you know, I talked to her. I think it was like 5 days, and we would talk every day. About, you know, just trying to plant some seeds into her about not only forgiving them, but coming back to the Lord. Definitely coming back to the Lord. Don't stop believing in God because of what people do or what somebody else do. And that would deter a lot of people from believing in God because of what somebody else did to them and stuff. So like I said, those were hate blinders on. So then you have, there's all different type of blinders that's blinding your eyes. They're blinding people's eyes. You can have jealousy blinders on when people are jealous of another person of what they have. And instead of being jealous, take them jealous blinders off and, you know, be thankful for what you have. And, you know, don't always be envy of another person and you looking at them, oh, they got this and they got that. They always get this, they always get that. But, you know, ask them, you know, what are you doing to get that? You know, are you being blessed? Or what are you doing? Are you working hard or everything? You know, some people think people are handing stuff on a silver spoon. And some people are handing stuff on a silver spoon. If their family has a silver spoon, they hand it to them. But you can't get mad at them because they have something and you don't. And that's just like when, you know, we've heard of young kids definitely young men being killed over some, you know, Jordan tennis shoes because they have them, their parents bought them, or they worked hard to get them, and then another young man goes and take them and kill them because he wants them, because he's jealous, because he has them. You know, like I said, he has a blinders of jealousy on. And people have to definitely get that blinder off of their eyes, that jealousy blinder, because, you know, jealousy is very dangerous. So you have a lot of people walking around mad because somebody else got something and they jealous of what that person has. You can work hard too and give what they have. Don't take from them, because, you know, like I said, that's a jealousy blinder on. What's another type of blinder? I would say, I guess that could be jealousy too. We could say a blinder of, we're talking about females. Oh, I'm beautiful, I'm more beautiful than this person, I'm prettier, I'm this, I'm that, I'm that, and that. And they got those pretty blinders because they'll look down on other females thinking, well, you know, I'm cuter than them, or that, or this, that, and that. But if you got that pretty blinder on because, you know, you think you're more prettier, you're gorgeous and everything than that other person, you think you're better than them, you're looking down on that person, you need to take those blinders off and really look at yourself and see who you are. Because if you got to look down on them, that means you got some low self-esteem going on with you. And you'll have a lot of females contestants, females walking around and thinking they're better than other females because I look better than her, my body's better than her, you know, this, that, and that. But if you got to look down on that person, you got to take them pretty blinders off and look at yourself, because that means there's something wrong with you on the inside that you got to look down on another person. You definitely got to look down on another person. What's another blinder we can talk about? I know one. It's about couples. You know how sometimes men come in with a beautiful woman on their arm, and then a lot of other men like, oh, how he get her? Because he might not look as nice. Okay, let's say he a nerd. You know, we're doing this a scenario, and he got this beautiful woman, and then the men got that. I would say, you know, what he doing with her blinders on? You know, she should be with somebody that looks like this or like that, and people try to take the outside of people and try to marry him up because, okay, well, let's say she's a cheerleader, he's a football player. They should be together. But if she's with the nerd that wear the glasses and everything, so they got that blinder on, or she should be with this one instead of that one, and vice versa with the men and everything. But if you take them blinders off, you probably can see what she sees in him. She's looking on the inside of that man. Just because he, you know, when people say look like a nerd, that's not what she sees. She sees a loving heart, a loving somebody that she could be with, and y'all trying to figure out well, why she with him, you know. Or this is a scenario. I was stationed at the National Guard unit in Georgia. One of the people I worked with, her husband came up to, we had I don't know if it was Thanksgiving or Christmas dinner. Thanksgiving dinner. I don't know which one it was, but so it was a big unit, all the units. But when he came in, and she introduced us, you know, I already met him before, but she introduced him to a lot of everybody at the tables and all that stuff. There was some females at the table, soldiers, and they was like, "What are you doing with her?" You know, and I'm like, "Y'all, why would y'all say that?" And they was like, "Well, look at him. He's fine. He's, you know," and the brother was fine. Don't get it twisted. He was serious. He was. He said, "But she's plain. She was a nice soldier, female soldier. Did she dress up or nothing like no? That just wasn't her." And they were trying to say, well, you know, he looks like this and she looks plain like that. Why is he with her? So again, they looking. That's that. Why is he with her blinders? Because y'all looking on the outside and thinking he should be with this type of female, that type of female, because he was, you know, fine and this and that, and she was plain. And, you know, and I told him, I said, obviously he sees something in her that he loves. You know, y'all need to stop looking on the outside and start looking on the inside. I said, that's how a lot of us get all in trouble, because, you know, especially when you're young, you know, you look fine, and this, you that, because you're looking on the outside, then when you get to know that person, you be like, oh my God, they're really ugly on the inside. So, you know, you really need to take those blinders off. Oh, they shouldn't be together. She should be with him, or he should be with her, type of blinders and everything. So, what's another blinder we can talk about? I'm trying to think, you guys. I'm really trying to think, because there's a lot of stuff that's out there. So let's say this. Are we looking at one thing but actually can't see it? So I say that if you're looking at one thing, but you actually can't see what that really is, let's say a car. I'm looking at this car I really want to buy, but I actually can't see the car. So kind of like my blinders are on, but I'm looking at this car, but I really can't see it, even though I want this car. I really can't see it. So you got to ask your question, is that what I see or actually what I'm believing? Right? Okay. So is that what you see or actually what you believe? Do you have to actually see it? Or are my blinders on? Can I believe it? So am I actually seeing what, can I really see it, or can I actually what I'm believing for? So I said that, you know, car thing and anything. So we definitely have to take those blinders off. So you might think tonight, well, what type of blinders I might have on my eyes that I'm looking at something and actually not truly seeing it. You know, we can actually see it but not truly seeing it. I was going to bring something. Well, I can't bring it up. And I could say for myself, years ago when I had, you know, you can see yourself but not really see yourself. So I saw myself and I looked and I'm like, okay, I see you, but the person that actually, that's not really you. So I had to start making some changes, not only on the inside, but on the outside too. And I would say with that, with losing weight and everything. Because you can see yourself and look at yourself in the mirror and say, okay, I see that person, that shell of a person, but is that actually that person that I'm looking at? Am I actually that person? And you can even say that when if you've been mean to somebody, or you acting this type of way, or you acting this, I mean, you're just doing all kind of stuff. You know, you could be drinking, you could be smoking, you could be partying, you could be doing all kind of stuff, and you might have to really look at yourself. Is that actually me? Do I have that much of blinders on that I'm doing all this stuff, but can I actually see myself? When am I going to take these blinders off from doing all this stuff and actually be the person that who I'm supposed to be? Because sometimes we can get in a rut and we'll start doing stuff left and right, left and right, left and right. And you can see yourself doing all this stuff, but you're looking like that's not actually me. So you got it somewhere. How can I get these blinders off so I can get back to being me? And true who I'm supposed to be, who the Lord wants me to be. So, with that being said, one more statement. You might think that you're doing what is right, but all along, that's not what God has for you. Once your eyes open, your outlook is different. You can truly hear God. So, like I said, that was with Saul. You know, he thought he was doing right, but he really wasn't. He really wasn't. You know, he was taught the wrong way. And you can use that even for a topic that's very touchy in America, racism. I mean, let's keep it real, racism. A lot of people have been brought up to hate black. A lot of people have been brought up to hate white people. And I say black and white, I'm not taking nothing from any other race, but it seems like African Americans and Caucasians have a problem. And it's just ongoing and ongoing. And a lot of people have been brought up to hate African Americans. A lot of people have been brought up to hate Caucasians, and that's what they've been taught. Even they've been taught wrong. Just like with Saul, he was taught wrong. And until somebody intervened or they meet somebody and they start telling them about God, he's not looking at cover. He loves everybody. That's the only way their eyes are going to be open from that racism. And we definitely, you might say, okay, well, yeah, they can keep sweeping it under the rug here, but there's a lot of, definitely that is a big blinded eye issue here in America. It really is. And I've had somebody ask me about that. I said, there's nothing but the devil. As long as he can keep us at each other about this race and that race and all the time, we can never come together and really come together as we're supposed to and achieve what God wants us to do. And definitely as America. That's just my opinion. And if you really step back and look at it, a lot of stuff that people be saying, stuff like there ain't no but the devil using one, each race against another. And every time you think we're coming together, he'll throw something in there. And then that person, well, I don't like this because they did it. I don't like this because they did that. And everything. And he just keeps fueling the fire. And we going to have to learn how to love beyond those color lines. Love beyond those lines. I know it's hard, just keep it real, but love beyond the line, because that's what they don't want. So he'll keep, and that's what's almost so back and forth. And everybody knows not only it's been rough this presidential term, it was rough the last 8 years when Obama was in, and that's all that's been going on, just left and right. It's just been going on so much, and it's so interesting because I've heard both sides say a whole bunch of stuff. On both sides. I mean, I've heard black and white people that didn't like Obama. I've heard African American black and white people that didn't like Trump. I mean, and it's so interesting because they just go back and forth, and instead of trying to love beyond those lines, that's what keeps so much separation. And the devil's sitting back just laughing. He really is, because he knows as long as he keeps division, there can be people can't come together. He knows that. So, like I said, step beyond those lines, and love that person. Just because that person is not of your makeup, take off those racism blinders, and love beyond those lines. So, with that being said, we're done with Bible study. So y'all know, at the Bible study. It's Tuesday, so we're going to cook. So y'all know I'm going to turn this around so y'all can kind of see what I'm working with. So what I'm working with today is I'm going to do taco salad. So I got the meat cooking already. I'm trying to get it so y'all can still see it So I got the meat cooking. I do turkey ground. Anybody knows me, that's what I do. I do turkey ground, trying to keep it all healthy and everything. So I'm going to do a big old taco salad. Like I said, I got the turkey ground cooking. Turn it up, so I had to cook it low. We're going to let it cook. With that being said, we're going to start cutting up for everything. So I got these lime flavored chips. That's going to be, so I'm going to put that, that's going to be bad. Because if you know, if you go to Chipotle, those chips are lime. And we got some salsa and everything, so I'm going to cut up some tomatoes and onions. Tomatoes and lettuce. Then we're going to do some cheese. And I got some sour cream too, y'all. So this is going to be a really, really good, healthy taco salad. And yes, we're going to have some sour cream on top. So we're going to have I'm going to take the tortillas and put them on the plate. We're going to put the meat on top. And we're going to shred some cheese. And put some cheese on there, let it melt. Some lettuce and tomato. And we're going to top it off with some Crystal Light. So see, so this is still healthy. It's still a good, healthy meal. You know, sometimes people are like, oh, you sure? Yeah, taco. Yeah, you can do taco salad with a good, healthy meal. Okay. Let's sit that over there. Now, tomorrow is Wonderful Wednesday, and that's usually from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. It's about 5 to 10 minutes. And the topic on that one is driving Jesus to you. It's a really good one. And then, let me get my book so I can remember last time. Yeah. Then on Thursday, we're going to talk about your assignment. It's going to be part 4. And this is getting really, really good, your assignment. And then, it's so interesting because I talked to somebody about that. We had a conversation. It kind of came up. So I was talking about last Thursday Bible study, and she said she never thought about it like that when she has been places and she's been through some stuff, and she just think the people didn't like her, and she realized that she was there for a reason. Yeah. So, like I said, that was a good topic. And then Friday is Fresh Friday, and that is Thursday. Thursday morning treats, 8 o'clock in the morning. Fresh Friday is between 11:30 and 1 during lunchtime. And so I'll jump on for about 20, it's usually supposed to be 15 minutes, but it's going into 25 minutes. And we'll be on part 5. So, getting this. So we just going to put, let's see, we cut the lettuce right there. We're going to cut up a tomato. So if you can think of any type of grinder people might have on that we didn't talk about, please, I'm trying to read. Okay. I'm going to pull up and read. Put the rest of the animation, my great say. Okay. Let's see, one of my friends, we went to high school together. And she's talking about, she's saying she enjoyed the lesson about the story of Saul, how he took the worst of sinners and turned them into doing right for God. So if anybody ever say, because I've heard people say, well, oh man, he done did this, she done did this, ain't no way, yeah. If Saul was killing Christians, so you know, God loves everybody. He loves everybody. No matter what you have done, he can take you and turn you into, as long as you're willing, into the vessel and use you as a vessel for him. So don't ever think somebody like, well, they was on the street, they was selling drugs, they was this and they was that, or she was out there prostituting. I mean, because you ain't heard it all, and this and that, and now she's serving God. Yeah, he's serving God. Yes. So he's no respecter of persons, Don't think, because, like I said, I'm supposed to, go to church all the time. I was like this, and I was like that. And I've heard a lot of people say, well, why would he use them? They was out there doing this and that, and I've been in here in the church, going to church all my life. How they can get up and have a ministry. And you done heard it, right? So, because you know, that person still got them blinders on. They still got them blinders on. They don't even know they got them on. They still have them on. Yeah. So we're gonna get ready and drain the meat. I'm gonna go ahead and put up the cheese. Like I said, the meat has been cooking slowly. So we're gonna drain the meat. Let that drain. And then I'm gonna cut up cheese. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna close out in prayer and everything. And then y'all know I always send a picture across. So y'all see my big beautiful taco salad. So I send that across, the picture across, back across over on Facebook, send out on text and everything and stuff. So like I said, this really was a good Bible study. It was a good Bible study. Kind of pulling out. Yeah, from blind eyes to open eyes. And if you got in late, we started with Acts chapter 9, verse 1 through 20. And then we also read from, was it 1 John chapter 2, 9 through 11. And you can always go back and check the video out and everything. Y'all know I'm on YouTube. I'm on YouTube. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on Tumblr. I'm on Pinterest. I'm on Instagram. Snapchat. My daughter, I was talking to her yesterday. She's trying to help me out with that. You know, so I'm trying to see how I can work that, but some reason it's not coming up too well. But we on all of those. So definitely check it out. I always upload the videos after I finish and everything. Upload them to all of them. Like I said, if there's some more out there, and I've seen a couple more sites, I'm going to check them out and see. To get the videos out there. We're just trying to get the word out there, encourage people with the word. Like I said, the devil's busy. He's out there trying to snatch who he can. So we, as Christians, need to encourage and push that word out to people and let them know that Jesus loves you. Because a lot of people are going through a lot of stuff, and sometimes they think that nobody loves them. So as long as we can just let them know that Jesus loves them, he got their back, we can cut down on people killing themselves or killing people or just robbing people or doing crazy stuff. Because, you know, their mind is going. They got them blinders on, y'all. They got them blinders on, so we got to help them get them blinders out, right? Okay. So we're going to pray. Okay. Lord, I thank you for this Bible study tonight. I thank you for the word that came across. I thank you for our hearts and our ears were open to receive and listen to receive. And that we use it in our daily walk and that we can encourage someone else with the word. Lord, I thank you for your grace, your mercy, your unconditional love. In the name of Jesus, amen. Alright, everyone, I'm definitely going to wave at you. So, you know. Alright.